Hello, beautiful people. Psychic Debbie here, hoping you're having a great morning, afternoon, or evening. Yay! Thank you for connecting. If you notice, and I've been saying before, I'm on vacation. So this isn't live, but it's live. So this is for June 10th. I'll be talking about financial markets, stocks, and crypto forecasts. What could come up? What could come up? These are predictions, not facts. And I will repeat myself numerous of times through this video because I'm going to give you guys a lot of information around this. I'm going to give you good dates or bad dates or what you could buy or what you could let go of. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Please connect to your financial advisor. And the reason I have to keep on saying that, because there's always that one bad apple that writes you and goes, Debbie, you said, which I know I didn't say, or will ruin it so that I can't do these kind of videos, okay? Because, they chose something wrong. So bear with me when I keep on saying it resonates, your choice, that through the thing legally, it helps me. But I'm giving you a lot of information here. I'm going to give you some juicy information. And like I said, I did this predictions in, we are in May, so this was probably March, April, okay? So if some of this has happened already, and some of the stuff that I'm showing, I hope it doesn't happen. But if it does, then it could be from June or it could even go over into July. Like I've said to you beautiful people before, I kept on seeing from May 20th to July 20th that there could be some kind of turbulence. I'm going to be talking about June, all right? I'm going to be talking about June. I'm going to talk a little bit about July, about this information that's coming in, all right? I will be talking about, like I said, the cryptos, the market, the financial, and what I hear intuitively, maybe even what the stars are saying to you. Are you going to say I'm an astrologer? No. Okay. But I want to give you guys beautiful blessings. I want to give you beautiful smiles. I thank you for connecting this way. I really miss the live. If you notice, I'm kind of just like, I like bantering back and forth and talking about the predictions that have come true and things that are going on in the world. So I'll maybe stop myself once in a while and go, okay, take a breath, Debbie. If it gets too serious, because this is going to be serious conversation. Again, please, it's your choice. Please do not write me. Please do not email me and go, can you tell me about this? No, I am not going to do it. If you want a reading, please go to my website, psychicdebbie.com, and we can talk it in there, okay? I'm sorry, but I've had a lot of people texting me and writing me and just thinking I'm supposed to be their psychic in their pocket and just for nothing, for free, and just give me all this, and I can't do that, okay? To me, it's like shame on you. So, and if I'm sounding kind of like, oh, Debbie, if you got all the texts and all the information that I've been getting lately, you'd understand. And I don't want these people ruin it for you guys. So I'd love to do this kind of work. This is this platform, what I'm giving you for this hour or however long it takes, is what I'm thinking of trying to do for like a Patreon. And if you like that, let me know, and then maybe I'll do it on Patreon, and then you just give me a couple bucks a month and I will do this kind of platform. Okay. So I'm doing this for free. I probably won't do it this precise ups and down, Yes, I give you information. Like I told you about March. I told you about May, where it goes up or down. That the Bitcoin was going to go to 100,000 or 120,000 or whatever I predicted, and it did go to that. So I'll give you those kind of predictions, but this, where I'm giving a lot more information, is what I was thinking of doing, like on a Patreon. And if you're interested in that, and plus much more news, plus much more news. So this is kind of like a trial. Okay, this is kind of a trial, and see if you like this kind of information. All right. So I want to say hi to everybody, and I'm hoping you're having a good June. Like I said, I'm in Minnesota. I know I'm probably enjoying my beautiful, lovely grandchildren's and my friends, and doing some ghost hunting, and me and Diane were thinking even going to Canada. So I don't know if we're going to Canada or not to maybe do some ghost hunting there. I don't know. This is just spur of the moment, kind of playing it by ear. So trying to relax because I've been working a lot lately. And thank you if you're following me. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and comment. If you're wanting to, donate, great. But if you don't have to, I'm giving you a lot of information here. Maybe if you're making some money off of it, you can send some my way so I can send it to the hospital or pet, shelter or something like that. I'm thinking I got to think of another place to send some money to. Okay. So if you got some ideas, give me some ideas. But please like, share, comment, make sure you're subscribed. And like I said, I'll be on vacation. If you're doing comments, when I get a chance, I will answer some of the comments. Okay. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you following me. I appreciate all of you beautiful, beautiful people. I'm wearing my squirrel pin because I thought, hey, what a better time than right now. My little prediction squirrel, because I'll probably do a little bit of squirrel on this show. I'm wearing my labradorite. And like I said, I've got all my little trinkets back there that people have been giving me, and I appreciate that too. If you're wanting to send me a snail mail or a package or a trinket or whatever, please send it to 5882 Oxnard, California, 93031. Or if it's a package, a bigger package, because I have a very small mailbox there, 1961 North C Street, and then the 5882 Oxnard, California, 93031. I appreciate everybody, even if it's a card just to say hi to Diddy, or a postcard saying this is what London looks like, or Canada looks like, or Australia looks like, or Africa looks like. I'd love that. Wouldn't that be cool? A bunch of postcards from all different areas of the world, and I could be like, okay, this is what Plains, Montana looks like. You know what I mean? I think it'd be kind of cool, but I like snail mail and I like connecting. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Okay. I think that's on that. I get it that this seems like a serious topic, and maybe a lot of you people have never even heard of me before. Like I said, when I'm live, we're joking around. For the first 20 minutes, I'm talking back and forth to the people, and I'm telling you my predictions that have come true, and, connecting to the people that are on chat and talking about things that are going on. And then I start doing my predictions. Okay. So, I always read whatever date this comes out. I always do an angel number, from the angel number book. All right. So, today is supposed to go up June 10th. So it says, clear your thinking, cleanse your thoughts. Angels are asking you to declutter your mind of things that are not necessary for you forward movement. Thoughts and emotions need to be productive, or else they can be problems. Okay? Reflect upon a repetitive thought or emotion you've been having. Ask yourself if this thought or emotion is necessary, especially at this time. Or is it kind, or is it productive? Is this fear, worry, and doubt that you're having, is it your story? Is it someone else's story? Is it productive? Like I said, is it a fear, worry, and doubt? Is it going to help you go forward? Is it going to help you get into a beautiful space? If not, then you can say, love ya. I'm letting you go. Bye-bye. And that could be around people, places, and things also. Okay? Ask your angels to help you with that. Ask your angels to help you with that. And if you know some good angel books, let me know. Let me know. Okay? If you're new here, I got to take a drink here. I've been doing videos all day. If you're new here, usually on Thursdays, I do healings with angels. And I'll say it's like Hanuel or Michael or Raphael. I usually try to get angels that a lot of times people haven't heard about, or even maybe it's a goddess, or maybe it's an entity. But we will always do a prayer for love and health and wealth. And usually that's every Thursday. So that will probably start not until like maybe the last week of June or the beginning of July, and I'll go back to that again. So I do these on Tuesday, the predictions on Tuesday, and then I do the healing and prayers for the world, for you, your family members. And we're starting to get a lot of group of people connecting to that too, and another group of beautiful people. So if you'd like to, check it out. And I've got videos up already. So check out, go to the live. When you go to my YouTube, you click on the live, and then it'll show you all the live videos and all the angels that we connected to. I just did Nathaniel just a couple days ago, and people are like, we didn't know Nathaniel was that strong or powerful. And he's about transformation and bringing joy and helping you get into another realm and letting go of your blockages and things. So people are like, wow. So I'm starting to do that also. I'm also, if you have a podcast or if you have a YouTube and you'd like to have someone speak on it, you think I'm, a good fit for that, please email me again at photopsychicdebbie@gmail.com. Okay. Again, please do not email me. My husband reads them anyways. I don't read them, but I'm not doing free readings or anything like that. And yes, I am booked out until August. Excuse me. Oh, my nose is itching. I am booked out until August, but please, if you're wanting to get a reading, I can help with blockages. I can help you kind of tell you what could happen in that month or whatever this year, or even in the future. Go to psychicdebbie.com. Okay. If you'd like to donate because of this, all this information that I'm giving to you guys for free, that's up to you. I'm not telling you to do it. Then it's better for me and you if you go to my psychicdebbie.com, because I have a donation page there, because YouTube takes half of it. So if you gave me $10, I get $5, they get $5, and then after the transfer, I probably get about $3 or $4. Okay, so that's up to you. But if you do it that way too, great. I appreciate anything you do, especially sharing, liking, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate all you beautiful people, because I love doing this. Okay, I love doing this kind of stuff. Okay, so like I said, this is a big topic. I have to say this again. I'm sorry if I'm going to be repeating myself, but I have to do this for legal reasons, to say I'm not a financial advisor, that these are your choices. This is not facts. These are predictions. These things could happen or not even happen at all. I hope a lot of the things that I'm talking about do not happen, and that all you guys go, you were wrong, and I'll go, great, I was wrong. I really do. There's some things that I'm seeing that are coming up. I don't want them to happen, but I've been predicting this since last year. You're the ones that have been with me forever. Love you guys. Know that I've been saying this, and I predicted the April thing where I was like, okay, I'm seeing the stocks going down, and other people were going, no. And am I saying I'm better than anybody else? No, far from it. Okay. But this is the feeling. And this is I want to tell you that I started this, March, April. So if some of this has already come true, great. Okay. So let's start, because I got a lot of information here, and I'm like, fiddly-dee. I also say squirrel, and that means, and the squirrel thing means, like the movie Up, talking out squirrel, and all of a sudden I start talking about something else, and then it's like I got to get back to, because I have dyslexia, I have ADHD, if you can tell, kind of hyper. Okay, so here we go. All right. So this is, I'm going to be talking about from now until like the end of July. I'm going to be trying to focus more on June, because again, I might be repeating myself through these couple months that I'm seeing this, a lot of shifts, a lot of changes are going to be happening. Okay. And I'd like to do forewarning. I'm doing this for you, for me. I am not I'm not a stock market. I don't do cryptos, and I like it that way, because if I was in it, I would have my thing like, oh, I want it to be big. So, and then my predictions could be wrong. Sorry, they're making my nose itch. Spirit does that. Sometimes I sweat. So, okay, here we go. Okay, so they're saying until July 9th, there could be an emotional or reactive market. Fear spikes easily. There could be fear spikes where people are like, oh no, and then they buy, and then it goes down, or it goes down and then they buy, and then it goes up, and then it goes down again. Okay, so there could be a lot of this, big swings, a lot of, what they say is pumping and then dumping Do you know what I mean? So being careful around that, okay? They showed me 2 dates. They showed me 20th and the 22nd on that, all right? There could also be, in June, hidden weaknesses and financial fraud may surface. And what I feel like that, and that's going to be towards the end of June, I'm seeing. Could be after this June 20th, 22nd. And like I said, there is no time. So I'm going to say the dates. Don't be mad at me, and I believe it. I mean, as crazy as this sounds, and you're going to be like, really, Debbie? Yeah, and that's why I'm saying it. I have said, oh, this is going to happen on June 20th, and people will go, it happened on the 17th. You were wrong. And it's like, really? Come on. So I'm just giving you dates that it could or couldn't happen, okay? I know it's sad, and it shouldn't affect me as much as it does, but it does because I don't want to get kicked off on YouTube and all that stuff, okay? So that's why I keep on saying this. I want to stay here. So there could be some kind of hidden weakness or scams or something like that. And I want you guys to be really, really careful, especially around cryptos, Bitcoins, around June, around the end of the month of June or the beginning of July. I feel like there could be false advertising like, oh, buy this, we're going to raise, and you get it. And then you're like, where's my money? And they're like, I don't know who you are. So be really, really careful. If you're selling or buying, especially buying, or even if it's a new coin or a Bitcoin, please be very, very, talk to your financial advisor. Don't talk to your drunk uncle. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? I bet that's your choice. All right. They're saying early June, institution, banks, and real estate show instability. Okay. So that, again, that could be around, the mid-month, all right? I'm seeing it around the mid-month. Could it go sooner? Sure. Could it be a little later? Sure. So they're saying the energy is a sudden shift, emotional sells off. So really focus on your emotions. If it's, come or go, all right? Rumors or misinformation could cause wild swings. Here we go again. It could be, everybody is like, oh, we believe in that person and da-da-da-da. And then all of a sudden it's like it crashes and then everybody's in an uproar. So, and do I feel like it has to happen that way? No. And I hope it doesn't happen that way. I hope that everybody makes great money or great things happen to them. I'm moving my little squirrel because he was kind of hanging down there. See, ADHD, squirrel. Okay, come on, connect on there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so key danger dates, and I'm going to be repeating. I'm going to be giving you. You're going to be feeling like, oh, then she's talking about this, and then she's talking about that. Why didn't she talk about it at the same time? I don't know why. It's because I have ADHD. So I hope you can follow along. You might have to rewatch it. I'm going to try to go slow so that you can kind of catch on where I'm going. Okay. So key danger dates for stock and crypto markets. Again, your choice. So they're showing me, and I get it that you could be getting some money. It could go up before the 20th. All right. It could go up and then go down. Okay. So you're like, oh, she was so wrong. I made a bunch of money and then it went down. Yeah, that could happen. All right. So they're saying June 12th to the 14th is, it's kind of high. So mid-month, there could be a little bit of a correction. Okay, so it could go up here at the beginning of the month of June, and then it goes down a little bit, and then goes up again, and then, okay, because they're showing me risk level from June 17th to the 21st. So I'm going to say from June 17th to the 22nd, all right? I'm seeing it as being very, very, very high. All right. Maybe there won't be that many very varies. Maybe it'd be very high, or maybe just high. But that's the place that I want you to be. I want you to listen to your gut instinct. I want you to listen to your financial advisor. I want you to really connect to that. Okay. Possible sharp drop or crash. Okay. Then from June 25th to the 30th, there could be a crypto panic or hidden information leak. Like I said, there could be this company that's lying to you, or they ripping people off, or they, someone told someone in front of them, like, sell your stocks, or, because it's going to crash, and it crashes before everybody else thinks it's going to crash. And then, they sell everything, and then all of a sudden then they buy when it's low, and then they made millions and millions of dollars. So it could be around that. All right. It says, especially around June 20th, I'm going to say to the 22nd, deep emotional crash could be a signature crash. Okay. Or false information could trigger a fear selling. So maybe it doesn't crash. Maybe there's some kind of fear that's going on in the world. Maybe it's not around the market. Maybe there was a volcano explosion, or maybe someone is attacking someone else, or there could be a conflict or something else that makes us be scared, and then everybody's selling, and that could make the crash. Okay. I don't know why it's going down. That I don't know. Okay. Crypto stock, especially sensitive. Okay. Or meme stocks. Okay. Banking, financial sector, wobbly, really wobbly. Okay, here we go. So Bitcoin and crypto specific forecasts. I'm not going to say specific. I'm going to just say it's kind of, I'm just giving you the ins and outs of it. Okay, what I'm doing. Prediction of what could happen, up to you. Again, your choice. So today's the 10th. There could have been some up, some money of it going up. You know what I mean? It's like, but be careful again of how it goes up. Because what I'm seeing, and I've said this before, I don't see it being really nice, curvy up and down. I'm seeing it going, I'm seeing it jagged like this. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I have a picture in the back. But I'm seeing it whip, like everybody's like, yes. And then they sell, and then poof, and then everybody buys, and it goes poof, and then everybody sells, and poof, you know what I mean? I'm seeing that from May to July. I'm going to say, like 22nd, 25th, something like that. Okay. So from June 11th to the 14th, start reducing if you want, because reverse signs could be coming. All right. June 17th to the 22nd, heavy drop risk. There could be a heavy drop risk. Okay. So stock market may suddenly fall due to panic, sell, no buyers. Okay. So there could be sell off. Like I was saying, everybody's selling, and then also, and then it could be in that space. All right. I'm going to say from June 22nd to June 28th, there could be a panic. Okay. Or a fake bounce. Like everybody's like, oh, it's going up. And then people are selling even more. I can't tell you what to do, but be careful and don't buy blindly. Don't buy it blindly. Okay. After the 30th, watch for reset setups. Better time to gather. I sound like Porky Pig, blah, 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 blah. Then I changed the word. I guess I can't say it. It might accumulate, maybe, but I want you to be careful with that. And again, be careful with fake things. Okay. So Bitcoin prediction, likely fall during June 17th to the 22nd. It could be around there. Temporary bottom may appear June 25th, 28th. Could see a 30 to 40% drop from the peak level. Depends on where it started. Okay. So if you're way up there and you go, it didn't have a 30, 40. I'm talking about if it goes up, like where I'm seeing everybody's like, oh, it goes up, and then all of a sudden you're making really big money, especially around the Bitcoin. And then everybody's, letting it go because they want that money. Then it could go down really fast. All right. Doesn't have to be 30, 40%, which would be immensely big. I get that. I'm just forewarning you. All right. Okay. Stock market. So the risk, I'm not giving any dates yet. I will give some dates down the road, but these are the places I want you to just kind of watch out for. All right. So the tech or AI or software, the risk level is a high. I'm seeing it high. Okay, it could be very high. So it could be overbought, big pullouts again, where it's up and then people are pulling out, or there could be some kind of conflict, or I mean, it doesn't have to be around that. It could be that something's going on around the world. All right, something's going on. So watching that, like I said, listen to your insight. If you're one of these people that just kind of look at your market or your 401 or your cryptos or once in a while, I can't tell you what to do, but this time that I'm talking about, I'd probably check it every day, or talk to your financial advisor and have them check it every day. Okay, if you don't know what to do, their banking and finances is going to be high. Okay, so the AI, the software, the tech, if it was from, I'm going to give a number like 1 to 4. 4 is really high, okay? And 1 is, it's high, but it's moderate, So the tech and the software, I'm going to say is probably a 3-ish, okay? 3.5. The bank, I could see the tightening. I'm going to give it, if it's 1 through 4, I'm going to give it about a 2. Okay. Real estate, mortgages, rate fears, because there could be, the interest rates and all that stuff. I'm going to say that's a high. So I'm going to say that's like a 1. I'm going to say that's about a 1.5. All right. Energy, oil, gas, that one I'm seeing, it still could be, but I'm seeing it being safer than the tech. I'm seeing it way better than the 3 that I was talking about. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is where I'm feeling like it's safe. I feel like these are very, very safe. But again, listen to your financial advisor. Military, defense, safe. If you have funds, I would have them stay there. I'm seeing them being very, very strong. I'm also seeing healthcare or biotech, that kind of stuff. There could be a little bit of a pullback, but not as much as like the AI or that kind of stuff. So I'm saying that's kind of safe too. Okay. So the military, I'm seeing is probably the safest space. I'm not saying it's a 4. I mean, if it was 4 was the safest and 1 was the least safest, I'm not going to say it's a 4, but I could say it's like 2.5, 3. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I'm seeing the healthcare, biotech being a 2.5, 3. Okay. Other countries to watch. All right. China. The risk levels, property bubble, cracks, currency. Why I feel like this is why I'm giving you these numbers. Okay. And again, remember, I did this months ago. All right. Again, if I was going through 1 through 3, I'm going to say China, because there's property. That one, I'm worried about the real estate. I'm worried about not only the currency, but for some reason they keep on showing me real estate, their housing, that kind of thing, and that there could be a crack or a bubble on that. So I'm going to give that one high is the highest, 4 is the highest risk. I'm going to say about, boy, that Minnesota accent just came out right about. I'm going to say about a 2.5, something like that. Okay. UK, why I'm giving you this number is about banking. Okay. And some kind of aftershocks. There could be some aftershocks. So I'm seeing banking and currency concerns on that one. And I'm going to say that is I'm going to say about a 1 to 2. Okay. Japan, the yen or yen, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Not being stable, financial, there's fatigue in the system there. I'm seeing fatigue. So that one I'm giving a 1.5 to 2. Also, Europe, Germany, France for sure. Very slow economy or debt pressure. There's going to be some kind of pressure of that they owe this much money or they thought they had that much money, but they turned around and they didn't have that much money, kind of thing. All right. They're saying that we need to watch out China and Japan because there could be a trigger. There could be the fear that I was talking about before could come from China and Japan. And that could make this global wave. All right. If anything goes wrong. So say something happens to the States, it goes down, boom, 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 but we could go right back up again. Okay. I'm not seeing this. I'm not saying it's not going to affect us down the road, but I'm not seeing it like, it's not supposed to be like the depression of, 1930s, where it was 10 years. But I could see China and Japan seeing our thing going down. There could be the conflict with the tariffs, the shipping, everything's not working out. So then they see ours going down. So then there's this rumor or this, fear base. It's kind of like a run. You know what I mean? It's like everybody run into the bank to get their money out. So, okay. So that could be that part. All right. I don't know if I even should tell you guys this. Okay, because the Spirit was showing me, I'm not going to say, I'm going to use the word advice, but I can't give you advice. So if it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, let it go. I'm just giving you some ideas. I'm just giving you some choices. Okay? Again, legal reasons. All right? I don't want to get kicked off on YouTube. Okay. From the 10th to the 14th, you might want to trim things off, especially if you're having some. And see, the thing is we could have a little bit of uprise. It could be up to the 19th where it's going up and up and up. And then I don't want you yelling at me and you're like, well, you said, you should sell it, from the 10th to the 14th. And I could have made, $200 or $1,000 or $10,000 more if I kept it until the 19th. That's why I'm saying you need to figure out how it's resonating. This is the information that Spirit's given me. Okay. So trimming around the 10th to the 14th. Yes, it could go up. Depends on what Japan and China is doing too, because they might be in fear, because that's going to ricochet around the world. That's up to you to sell, the profit or whatever, around from the 17th to the 19th. All right. From the 20th to the 28th, June 28th, Spirit was saying to me, like if I was in it, to avoid buying, because there's could be a massive dips up and down, unless you're really, really good at it, or your financial advisor is really, really good at it. And you're like, Debbie, I've been through this many a times. I know what to do. Fiddly dee. You don't know what you're talking about. Great. Okay. Hold cash, connect to gold, stable assets. I say keep them until I'm going to say at least till like July 10th. I feel like you could be rebuying, starting to rebuy around July 10th, but we got to see where the market is. Feel it out. But I'm seeing that it's going to recoup towards the end of July. Spirit has shown me this before. I've mentioned this before. They wanted me, and and again, I get it. I know I'm repeating myself, but May 20th to July 20th is the time that I want all this to be watched on. Okay. So it's funny how Spirit wants me to say something. Okay. Okay. So the tide, I don't know why they wanted me to write this, but I'm reading it and I'm like, am I making any sense here? So when it goes down, exposure is going to be shown. Okay. It could go, like they say when the tide, like when the tide comes, I like the ocean. So when the tide pulls back, you see the seashells, you see the truth, you see what's going on. And I feel like that's what's going on. What's going on? Like that song. What's going to be happening in June is like the tide is pulling out and it's like, here's the truth. What are you going to do with it? You know what I mean? That's your choice. So, and if you're patient, it might go back even further and it shows the treasure. Or the tide goes back, it shows you the seashells, and you're like, well, I'm okay with the seashells. I'm going to collect them. Okay. Or maybe if you're a little bit more patient and you go back, you get more of a treasure. Again, you got to go by your instinct. Okay. So with that being said, that to me represents that it could, like I said, go up and then boom, go down. Okay. If you're calm, if you're patient, you got a great financial advisor, you're good at it. Okay. Not drunk uncle or aunt or whatever, you know what I mean? Then I feel like that's where you can get the golden ring. Okay. So, okay. So here I'm going to talk about crypto here. Crypto, I'm going to be talking about crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and stable coins. Again, I'm going to just talk about dates and why I'm saying this. Okay. Again, your choice. You connect to whatever resonates with you. Okay. If you're wanting to sell it, great. If you want the profit from it, great. Or just hold on to it and say, you know what? I'm just going to hold on to it, and through this whole crap that could happen, and maybe you're the better of all of us. Okay. So Bitcoin, either take the profit or let go a lot of it, maybe half of it or whatever, because before the fall. Okay, so that dates, again, they're showing me from June 17th to the 19th. Could it happen on the 16th or 15th? Yes. Ethereum, I say don't sell it, or just sell the profit. Okay, because Ethereum to me is going to go big and bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, if you need the money, or if you're like, Debbie, it's way up there, and yeah, it might be a little while, it might be a year or two, and you're like, I need the money now, then that's your choice. Okay, but again, those dates are around 17th to the 19th. Altcoins, Spirit says, try not to buy that, because they're saying that's going to be the riskiest. That's going to be the worst. That's going to be worse than Bitcoin. Okay. Stable coins is, USDT, USDC. They're telling me to tell you guys to hold it. Again, your choice. Safer, park, just kind of hold on to it. Okay. Unless, again, if you're wanting some of the profit and then holding on to it. All right. So XRP, what do they have me written here? I don't know if you guys could even read my writing. Okay. Cause I've got some of it, I've got a lot of stuff here. Okay. So sell or take profit before the 20th, could ride this storm for all, or rebuy at a lower price the very last days of June to July, but be careful, because I still see up and down during this period until July 20th. All right. So XRP, again, your choice, but I'm seeing profit on that one. Okay. Stocks, the SP 500, take profits or trim. Okay. Because of tech, because of the tech, the heavy, like I said, if you're going to want to take profits or whatever, I'm seeing the best time for that is from June 12th to the 14th. If you're wanting to, your choice again, around that time. Okay. Tech, AI, remember, because I was saying that could be really, you know what I mean? Semiconductor, software, that kind of stuff is very, very volatile, very vulnerable, especially mid-June. So again, look at it between 17th or 16th, whatever day resonates with you, till the 19th. That's one of the ones I would be watching. And if your financial advisor, you're like, oh, I need to sell it now. Better safe than sorry, but that's up to you. Okay. Banking, like stocks, I wouldn't even look at it. Okay. Really risky. They're bad. There could be bad debt news on that, because there's going to be some banks that are going to, okay. But again, your choice. Again, like I've been saying before, the safest is military. Okay. Safer if you stay in the investment of that. Okay. Again, you could hold or trim a little bit. So military to me is the best hold. Okay. Biotech, health stocks, anything with health, you could trim a little bit of it or hold on to it. Okay. There could be a little bit of a small pullback on it. If there is a big pullback on health or military, then we really need to watch out. Okay. There could be a little bit in health, but if there is a big pullback on, I got it here, on military, or what I was saying, like health, I would be really watching. I would be calling up my financial advisor and go, what the heck's going on? And what do we need to do right now? Okay. Gold and silver. And I've been talking about this before. I see gold usually rise during a panic. Okay. But you could hold or buy small. Could buy small. All right. Silver, I would buy lightly. That the silver is going to really go, like in 2027 and 2028, you're going to be lucky that you have it there. Okay. Again, your choice. Okay. So I don't know why they had me. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of repeating myself, but I'm going to just say it again. So June 10th to the 14th, short trimming stocks or cryptos. Again, June 17th to the 19th, major selling window. But because of that, because it might go really high, that's why it could have the crash. The 20th to the 23rd, 24th-ish, hold cash, don't panic buy. Don't be like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it could go down again. All right. After July 10th I'm thinking July 20th, but around the 10th to the 20th is maybe when you could start if you wanting to. And again, like I said, listen to your financial advisor. Build cash positions, stable coins, dollars, gold, if you're trying to be stable before the 20th. Bitcoin, I would take the profit, but I would say hold on to it as much as you can. You know what I mean? If you need that money and you're like, Debbie, it's way up there. And yeah, it might take a year or 2 years. Then that's up to you. Okay. But I want you to do that. I know I've been saying the 19th and whatever, but that I kind of want you to do it before maybe the 17th. But again, your choice. And when it goes down from June 20th to June 30th, be really, really careful. It says don't trust these bargaining clips or, hey, come over to my side. You know what I mean? I could see it as, was that Pinocchio? It's like, hey, come on here, kid. Come on, because people are going to take advantage of vulnerable people. And if you know someone that's vulnerable and talk to them, have them talk to your financial advisor or whatever. Gold and silver will be a small buys are smart if you're going for the long run. If you're trying to, quick, then maybe not. All right. God, I don't know why they're making me, I'm sweating and my nose is running. So sorry, you guys. Stay patient until mid-July for really, when that starts recovering. Okay. What to be cautious with, hold legally or avoid buying more. If this resonates with you, again, your choice, or connect to your financial advisor. Meme coins, MEME coins. Okay, coins inspired by the internet. They don't have a specific use or underlying technology, or they're gaining popularity because, through social media. I'd be really, really careful on those. Avoid buying during this month. Sell partial of it if you want to, again, before the 20th. Watch out for social media cons and scams. Talk to your financial advisor. Be cautious of the new or hype recently launched coins. Many of these small new launched coins will fail. Okay, I don't care if it's like going on. It's like it's been good for the last 4 months, but okay. Again, your choice. I say, I'm probably going to say these words wrong because I always do. Hold on to Solana, Solana, and Cardano. If you already own it. Don't buy heavily in June, again, because there's going to be this up and down. Opportunities after. I feel like there's going to be that one. I would Solana and Cardano. I would look a little bit closer in July. I think July 10th kind of thing. Okay. I don't know why they said this to me. Maybe because I'm a little top heavy myself. They said, be careful not to be too top heavy. Okay. So they were saying, if you're wanting to, like, what percentage, you're like, what percentage should I have of this or that, Debbie? I'm saying, again, I'm not your financial advisor, but I would have some money available because you might want to buy. If you're now a buyer and you're just holding on to it, then that's your choice, okay? But they're showing me if you were going to have, I would have at least 15% gold and then like 10% silver. I mean, if you want it to be the same, 15 gold, 15% is, my money's in 15% gold and 15% silver, great. But I wouldn't have silver more than the gold, okay? I would try to have your money safe and be in treasury or stable coins, okay? Because because you could act fast when the true bargains appear late July. So like I said, I'm not exactly sure, because they showed me July 20th would be more the safer time. And then Spirit keeps on bringing up, July 10th to July 20th. And then that's the part you need to look at and see if it's okay or not. Protect against inflation. Gold loves panic energy, they're telling me. They had me write down gold loves panic energy. All right. Ethereum hold especially long-term, small, buy. If it goes way deep, then you can buy it. Again, that's because I feel like if you're going to have a major opportunity around like Ethereum or a Bitcoin or whatever, I say hold on to Ethereum as much as you can. If there's a big profit, then yes, because it probably won't be another, who knows, not until 2026. I could see something else happening in the spring of 2026, but let's talk about that later. And then it being really big in 2027. So I don't know if you're holding on to it long or short term. Okay. Only if you trimmed during early June, then maybe, letting go of some of the Ethereum, or if you need that money, again, up to you, and Bitcoin. All right. Because they're saying Bitcoin may bottom in late June or July. And you need to be ready to scoop it up if it does, because then you're going to get these, opportunities. All right. Again, defense or healthcare stocks are going to be really, really good. I'm not saying to overbuy on that. If you're saying I don't have any, I would do like 10%. Do you know what I mean? Something like that, 5 or 10%. Like Lockheed, Johnson & Johnson, I'm trying to think of, I don't know any names. So those kind of things. I feel like they're the survivors, like that song, I Will Survive. Real estate. I've been seeing some kind of like TikToks. People are like, oh, we're going to have the best time for real estate. It's coming up, because they're predicting this thing coming up too. Again, be really, really careful on that. Be really, really careful on that. Only if you find a safe income, or that you have been doing, real estate and buying properties and fixing them up and selling them and and you're like, okay, I can buy that property or whatever, then fine. But I feel like if you're not really associated with it or whatever, again, your choice, but I'd be really, really careful with that. Okay. Maybe like 5% of your income. Okay. Let's see, what else do I have here? Okay, so the last things that I have is extra tips, and this is going to be the end of this video. I hope it made sense to you. I hope it's helping you. So no major investments until after July 10th, unless gold surges strongly. That's why I'm saying the 10th to July 10th to July 20th, and I'll talk about it again. But if the gold surges, then, you know what I mean? Then there could be then that could be good. Don't buy emotionally. Like I said, connect to your financial advisor or whoever you've been working with, or if you're the fantastic person, listen to your, not, because, if it looks too good, it's too good. Okay. June, they're calling it a fake out month. It's like, psych, you know what I mean? Gotcha. And like I said, don't put it on me that, like I said, you're like, Debbie, the 20th, it was high and you said it was going to go down. I'm telling you just kind of a couple dates. You pick. All right. And don't chase, risky gains. Don't chase, because like I said, it's going to be like the Sawtooth Mountains. It's going to be burp, 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 burp. Or you just hold on to it and ride the ride and be patient, like I was talking about before, where Spirit's saying there's the tide, and maybe you're patient, and then the tide goes up and there's the treasure in July, and then you do whatever you want to do and then, okay? The month of June is going to be up and down to me. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that June, nothing happens. There's no earthquake. There's no big volcano. There's no, the market doesn't go down. Nobody's getting hurt. And then you guys can all point to me and go, you were wrong. And I hope that is what happens. But that's not what I'm seeing. And if you notice, a lot of other people are getting ready for it. Watch those big companies. Watch those, see who's dumping and see who's adding, see who's selling and who's not selling. Again, talk to your financial advisor, because I'm not that, but I'd watch it because people are going to be, because when it's way up there, people are going to be, and it's going to go down. Okay. But again, don't buy emotionally. All right. Like I said, look at your portfolio, maybe hold on to it and just ride the ride, or, maybe there's some opportunities that are going to come to you. All right. I want to give you so many blessings and smiles. Again, the following Tuesday, I'll probably talk about the market again and but not as precise as this. Let me know if you like this kind of information. And if I did this kind of stuff, like I said, on Patreon and other information, let me know if that works for you or not. Okay. Again, I don't know everything. So if I'm saying words that are wrong, or you're like, Debbie, that's that way or that way, great. Okay. Don't correct me. Please don't correct me. But it's just like, I'm just giving you some information. I'm pretty good at being intuitive. I'm pretty good at So I hope this helps you. I hope this helps maybe take some fear away from you. That's the reason I'm doing it. Okay. Again, not facts, predictions. And thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about this and show you what I was showing even last year. So I want to give you many, many blessings and smiles, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Okay. I want to give you a bye-bye. Bye-bye.